Live from a secret location somewhere in northeast Wisconsin, it's Clubhouse Live, the virtual show. We'll look back on how the Packers fared with our co-host Allen Lazard. We'll talk football. We'll take a peek at what's next on the schedule, and we'll have our usual fun too. We're ready. Allen's ready. Are you ready? It's time to get started. Let's open the doors and welcome to
Hey everybody, what's going on? Yes, we are coming to you live again from our 10th floor bubble, high atop somewhere, northeast Wisconsin. It is great to see everybody. Well, I can't see you, but you can see us. But I am Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin. This is our annual Very Clubhouse Christmas show. The pandemic, everybody, will not stop us from celebrating the big holiday that's coming up this week. But I've got to ask, as always, again, how is everybody doing tonight? Let me hear the virtual cheers out there. It is another Victory Monday show. More on that in a bit. But let's dampen the mood a little bit, right? Let's get everybody feeling really down about stuff, because this is when I have to introduce the other member of our Clubhouse Live crew. It is Chicago Bears fan Ricardo Arguello.
That's right. Thank you, Brett, and thank you, everyone. I love those boos. Don't do it too loud. Coach Ditka might hear you.
Yes. Your right. Bears. Now you're feeling a little smug again, huh,
I'm
Ricardo?
not feeling
because
smug.
they're
I'm
winning.
just happy that they're competing towards the end of the season, I guess. After 6-game losing streak, hey, they're in the playoff hunt, and you know what's coming up, Brett.
What's that?
Weeks. A possible showdown there with the Packers.
Are you thinking that's going to happen?
Well, they have the Jaguars next. I'm thinking they'll beat the Jaguars, and then they'll put in position to maybe compete for the playoff spot.
Let me just say a one word of warning.
What's that?
Rams, Jets.
That's 2 words.
Okay. You got to be thinking about that. So.
All right, gotcha.
All right, so yeah, big 17-week matchup coming up, Green Bay, Chicago. We'll talk about that next week. By the way, everybody, how do you like my set decorating? I took great pains into making sure everything looked real festive tonight. Thank you.
How much you spent? About $2.20?
It was like $3. Okay. $3 for the set. But I tell you what, let's talk about this. Let's talk about Packers 24, Panthers 16, everybody. How do you like that? Packers got off to a fast start, then held on to take down the Panthers and remain atop the NFC standings. Aaron Jones, our former co-host, highlighted a strong rushing effort by finishing with 145 yards and a touchdown on 20 carries. Overall, the Packers rushed for 195 yards. Aaron Rodgers added another passing touchdown on the year to become the first quarterback in league history to have 3 seasons with at least 40 passing touchdowns in a single year. That touchdown toss, by the way, went to Robert Tonyan. Yes, who became only the 3rd tight end in team history with at least 10 scoring receptions. He's currently tied with Keith Jackson. Remember him?
Oh, remember Keith Jackson.
Yes, for the second most by a tight end in a single season. Paul Kaufman's 11 touchdowns.
That's old.
That's old school.
Yeah.
In 1983 are the most in a season by a Packers tight end. By the way, Tonyan's 5 straight games with a receiving touchdown is the longest such streak by a Packers tight end since the 1970 AFL-NFL merger. And the defense tallied 3 more sacks and came up with what Coach Matt LaFleur called the play of the game when linebacker Chris Barnes' forced fumble at the goal line was scooped up by Kevin King, last week's guest, one of them, and returned 47 yards. The Packers then parlayed that turnover into a touchdown and a 21-3 lead. That's 11 in the wagon, only 2 still lagging. A tough Titans team and another tough test awaits the NFC North champion Packers. Hey, happy Vince. He loves a Packers victory. We've seen a whole lot of him this season. Yes, and happy Vince loves it when his guys are here. And we'll start off first with our co-host. It is Green Bay Packers wide receiver Allen Lazard, the Lizard. He's out there somewhere. There's Allen.
Come on, Brett.
It's this echo. And check out, he's making me work again. He's bringing 2 more guests onto the show. It's wide receivers night. First, Marquez Valdes-Scantling is here. Where is MVS? Show him. There he is. And right next to MVS, it's EQ. Equanimeous St. Brown, everybody. It's going to be another fun show. Can't wait to get those guys onto the big screen. But, Ricardo, while virtual, we are still interactive.
That's right. So we invite your comments and questions through that live chat, which can be found online next to our video viewer. Hey, our guy, Jake Prinzen, he is monitoring that chat, Brett. He'll relay those comments and questions right over to us.
Yeah, hopefully, I know a few Facebook issues, but hopefully we're going to be on. I think I got us all set up. But anyway, hashtag is Clubhouse. Do that, and you'll get onto the chat. And give us a follow. I'm at PC Brettsy. He's at PC Ricardo. Allen is at Allen Lazard. Marquez is at MVS_11. And Equanimeous is at simply Equanimeous. Piece of cake. And give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. All right. I got the Vikings welcome Matt back because we love to kick that team when it's down, Ricardo, after your Bears beat the Vikings and just about kicked them out of the playoff race. So let's get our co-host onto the screen. He is in his third NFL season, almost all with the Green Bay Packers. He makes catches. He's a willing blocker. He stiff-arms defenders. He scores touchdowns, and apparently he thinks he's an Olympic hurler, doesn't he? He thinks he is. Hey, give it up for our Clubhouse Live co-host. It is Green Bay Packers wide receiver, number 13, Allen the Lizard Lazard.
Interesting music. I love that, Rosie.
He's got some festive music coming up here a little bit later tonight. But the Lizard is back wearing his ugly Christmas. How do you like it? There it is. Look at that. Yo, ho, ho, ho.
It's like the Yo MTV raps.
I like that we're all wearing ugly Christmas. If we were live, guys, it would be ugly Christmas sweater contest night. So we'll show some pictures of some Clubhouse Live fans a little bit later that are wearing their ugly Christmas sweaters as well. So, Allen, was Christmas a big deal for the Lazard family growing up in Iowa? Did you all get some great presents? Yeah. Talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, my birthday always fell 2 weeks before Christmas. So just this time of the year, I was getting a lot of presents and gifts. So I always enjoyed Christmas growing up. Plus, it was being around family, opening up gifts, spending a lot of quality time. So I'll be able to do it again this weekend too. So I'm very excited about that as well.
Whoa, wait. He got Christmas presents on his birthday and on Christmas? My birthday is January 3rd. And I would always just get the old, this is your birthday present too.
Yes.
Christmas.
That's because you're Ricardo.
Yeah, I guess.
Because you're a Bear fan. That's what
happens. My parents spoiled me.
Yes,
my parents definitely spoiled me.
Hey, what was the greatest single Christmas gift a young Allen Lazard ever received? Maybe it's like a PlayStation, a bike, computer.
PS2.
Yeah, I think it was PS2. Because we got it at Christmas, me and my older brother Anthony. I think we were like third, fourth grade or so. But I remember we got it. But the funny thing was that even though we got it, my dad ended up playing it more than we did at first. And he would stay up in our room playing the game up at night, keeping us up. But that was definitely the most memorable Christmas gift I ever got.
I remember as a kid when I got a video game system. I might have been Nintendo.
Pong.
No, it was past Atari, but it was a Nintendo. My dad, same thing. And he got so angry when I would beat him that he would actually throw the controller to the point where I decided to start throwing the game so that my dad would be happy. I was very.
Oh, you were whipping him that
yeah,
early.
He was mad, and I'm like, "Geez, Dad, relax, would you
it's
please?"
It's just Super Mario Bros.
Just a game.
It was just a video game, but he got so intense. But what does Allen Lazard want under the tree this year? And more importantly, what is Allen Lazard going to give his side buddy co-host for Christmas?
Well, like I said before, I'll be getting you guys some ATT gear, so
yes.
I'll make sure that you guys can get some for Christmas when we get those things in the work. But for me personally, the only thing I want for Christmas is that first round bye. So it's going to take 2 weeks to do, but I'm hopeful that we'll be able to secure that.
You're closing in. Well, I'm glad. Before we talk a little bit about football and what's to come and what you guys accomplished on Saturday, let's talk a little bit about Allen Lazard, the media mogul. Right,
Yes.
He's all over the place right now because of my stalking. Now, first, you're starting a podcast series. Now, what is that all about, and when will Ricardo and I be your guests?
Yes.
It's a great question. We'll be starting the podcast. I believe starting early of 2021. We haven't really decided the date and everything. But we've only recorded one episode right now, and we're obviously still in the season and everything. So my main focus is obviously right now securing that first round bye and then go and get another Lombardi trophy. But it's more so for the off season, kind of just preparing, getting some going for that, where I'm having some friends and other people that I know that I think fit the ATT lifestyle to have them come on and share their story.
Excellent. I look forward to listening to that, and I can't wait to be your special guest. Look forward to that as well. Second, and I have it right here, you're giving away some signed photos this week in the days leading up to Christmas, and they all include a special message from you. What's that all about, and how can folks get in on that? I think it's all about your ATT brand at the top.
Yeah. So with At the Top, we are doing a giveaway special for the 4 days leading up to Christmas, which we'll start announcing tomorrow at noon. Our first winner. So we'll announce a winner each day starting tomorrow. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then on Christmas Day, we'll announce the last winner. How to enter to win? All you have to do is follow us on Instagram. Post our latest post on your story, and make sure you tag us, and you'll enter to win. And like you said, I'll have one of those pictures. I'll sign it personally and write a nice message, nice heartwarming Christmas message.
Yes,
Very nice. That's
very.
pretty
Everybody's
cool.
festive right now. I love it. Hey,
People very
hey,
jolly.
but by the way, Rosie, I don't know if you can hear me, but let's show a little of that ATT swag, that hoodie. That there he is. Look at that. That's a
cool.
nice looking hoodie. You can't see it on the picture, but it even has a little lizard on the
Oh, it
sleeve.
does.
Yes,
Yeah.
I want one.
Very cool.
Under the tree.
Come on.
And yeah, well, give me a little extra large. I like a little bit roomier hoodie for myself. I'm a big barrel-chested, muscular
Yes.
man.
You
After
have
all,
amazing physique of an aging pro golfer, Brett.
thank you. So anyway, let's talk some football. 24-16, you beat the Panthers last Saturday night. Actually, that is. You win your 11th game of the season. I got it right here. Step closer, clinching the NFC's top seed. Now there should be a bunch of happy players in Titletown, but it seemed that it was anything but. Aaron Rodgers was disappointed a little bit. Matt LaFleur was disappointed a little bit. Why were you guys maybe more disappointed in the performance than satisfied with picking up another victory?
Yeah, I think we're definitely happy and gracious to be able to come away with the win, no matter who we're playing and what the score is. I think it's more so just the fact that we were able to start the game very well, and we didn't finish the game how we probably should have. And to let them come back into the game and make it that close of a game isn't up to our standard, to what we hold ourselves to each day. So, it's the NFL. It happens. No one's perfect out there. So those important things that we came away with the W, and now we have a lot of good teach tape to make corrections and to fine-tune things, especially right now before playoffs.
Yeah, but Brett, the Panthers are a lot better team than what their record is.
A lot of
one-score
tight games. Yeah.
They're a good team, and that will be better action in a couple of years. They have a lot of young players, too. Come on now.
Fast defense, aggressive, physical. Well, that goes to that's a great point by Ricardo, Allen. It's hard to win week to week in the NFL, regardless of who you're playing. So maybe a little bit too hard on yourselves, or is that just how you guys are trained to be perfectionists?
Yeah, I think that's just the standard that we have here in Green Bay. We see the history, we see the trophies that have come before us and everything, and that's what our standard is, to be able to go out there and to be able to hoist the Lombardi trophy again. So we knew that we weren't playing to that championship level caliber on Saturday night, and that we are very much capable of it. So it's more of just us being unsatisfied with the work that we put out there on Saturday.
No, touchdowns, first three drives, right? Everything was looking great. Looks like it's going to be a blowout. But then the offense kind of hit the skids. I think there was like 5 straight punts and maybe 6 out of 7. So as you looked at the video, what did you see? What happened there with why the offense stalled a little bit?
Yeah, I think we weren't able to get into a good rhythm in the second half. We kind of shot ourselves in the foot with a few calls here and there, or penalties, I should say. I think the biggest thing is that we should gotta be able to realize that even though it's a tough situation, still gotta be able to come out positive and to be able to move the chains and to be able to put points on the board again.
A few more things, and then it's our first time out. Aaron Rodgers, that's your quarterback, by the way. Aaron Rodgers, number 12. A lot of people know who he is. He said afterward that he doesn't think you guys have put together a 4-quarter game, a complete game on the offensive side. Lots of good stretches within the game offensively, but not a complete game. So how do you make that happen so that you're playing your best as you head into the playoffs? And then how do you, I guess, avoid those cold stretches that could prove costly in the playoffs? How do you put it all together here with regular season winding down?
Yeah, I think it's just, really fine-tuning our coaching skills and our technique that we're using and with the plays that we're kind of finally being able to know which plays are working the best for us and to be able to go out there and execute those and just have our solid base plays. And no matter what situation we get, we can always rely on these few plays to go out there and to get us out of any hole and to not have any 3-and-out situations, to be able to still flip the field even if we aren't able to put points up on the board. I
want to talk about 2 of your veterans, and I've been wanting to ask you about this guy for quite some time. I'm going to finally do it. Marcedes Lewis. Everybody's been talking about how much he means to the locker room. He's been playing for like 30 years. It's incredible. The guy's like 55 years old.
I think I was in high school when he was drafted, actually.
It's amazing that this guy is still out there doing it. What does he mean to the team and the locker room?
Yeah, I think, every team really needs a guy like Marcedes on it. With his experience that he's had on and off the field, just his wisdom on how he carries himself in the locker room. For him to be able to still be able to play lets you know of how he's carried himself in the off season, taking care of his body, working out, staying on top of his conditioning and everything. I think it's huge. And just to have him in our locker room for guys to lean on for leadership, and he's always speaking up at the right times. And when he speaks, everyone listens. And I think his words carry a lot of weight with it. And so I think he's a huge addition and asset for our team.
And then how about the gray-haired wonder, the ageless wonder, Mason Crosby, right? Big 51-yarder in the waning moments against Carolina to give you the 2-score lead the week earlier. Kind of the same situation, but this time he banged through a clutch 57-yarder to give you a 2-score lead late. I mean, the guy's money, isn't he? Is just a incredible kicker and maybe sometimes a little bit of an unsung hero for your team.
Absolutely. I think he really falls in the same narrative with Aaron as far as they've been great and playing on elite levels for so long. It's kind of wiped and expected of them to go out there and to do those plays every single time. So Mason, I got really close with him last year, especially playing on kickoff, and he's helped me, and I know he's helping out a lot of the young guys too on special teams, just for his wisdom that he's had throughout the years, and obviously for him to be able to come in and hit those field goals and the time of the game as well is very helpful.
Last thing, Rosie, put up those photos of Allen Lazard thinking he's on an Olympic track somewhere. Look at it. There's the first one, and let's see the second one as he attempts there. He's trying to get over that Carolina defender. What is going on in your mind, Lizard, as you're trying to hurdle a full-grown human being, a full-grown man? What are you thinking there?
Well, most guys, especially DBs, they like to go low on me, and especially in an open field situation like that. So I kind of already predetermined in my mind that he was going to go low, and I was completely convinced. And so about halfway up into my jump, I realized that he wasn't going low, and I had to kind of abort it. So luckily, I didn't end up getting hurt or anything. But I blame him more so on EQ being an influence on me with his hurdle leaps that he's had. So, I'm gonna put more of the blame on him being a bad influence.
Yes, you're at that point where the DB's not going low, and you're thinking abort, but it's too late. You've already you've crossed the line of no return. Thankfully, It was a good play, a positive play, and you didn't get hurt. Ricardo, we got a nice audience out there tonight, it looks like.
Hold on a second. I was just looking at that. We got them from all over the states. Virginia, New Mexico, New Jersey, Michigan, Cocoa Beach, Florida, Brett.
Nice
Cocoa
down there.
Beach. Beautiful. You've been there, right?
Yes, I have, actually.
Cocoa Beach is fantastic.
Yep.
Oh, salty dog. Some good hot
I'm
dogs
sure
over
we've
there.
got Wisconsin, Iowa, all over the United States. So let's take our first time out and do our stat pack tonight. We're going to go in a different direction tonight, Lizard. I think you're going to like this. One that will surely make all the fans fired up and happy. Keep that eggnog flowing here as we kick off Christmas week. By the way, big fan of eggnog, by the way.
Terrible.
Since Ricardo has been involved with Clubhouse Live, which goes back to the 2010 season, the Packers have been really good, and the Bears still, if only Mean Gene was here, he could finish that for us. Well, you know the rest. The Packers, during that stretch of Ricardo being on the show, have won 7 NFC North titles. They have appeared in 4 NFC Championship games and have won 1 Super Bowl. The Bears have missed the playoffs 8 times. That's worthy of, I think, a virtual laugh. This season still to be determined. But the Bears did give us one memorable double doink during that stretch as well. So also, Packers have won 113 games since 2010. The Bears, 83-91. They're under 500. And head-to-head, Green Bay is 18-4 against Chicago. Just kind of priming the pump for that big Week 17 game. Basically, what I'm saying is, Ricardo, you're a good luck charm for the Packers being on the show and a bad luck charm for your Bears.
You forgot to mention the Bears did make it to one NFC Championship game. They lost against the Packers.
Yes, they did.
But they did make it to the NFC Championship game. But, Brett, I will say this. Alan, just be thankful you did not see what the show was before I came on board.
Stop it.
It was terrible. It was awful. I came on the show, incredible ratings.
No.
People came. People flocked to the show. They wanted to boo me. That's fine, Brett. I'll take the lumps because the show has become what it is today. The best Packer show around, my friend.
Does somebody want to shut his mic off, Rosie? I mean, what are you waiting for here? Enough of that. So let's get the guys on to the screen. Let's do this good. Our guests tonight, both are in their 3rd NFL seasons, all with the Packers. One was selected by the Packers in the 5th round of the 2018 NFL Draft. The other was selected in the 6th round by the Packers in the same draft. One has appeared in all 14 games this season with 12 starts, has 31 receptions for 603 yards and 5 touchdowns. The other has appeared in 9 games this season with a start, 6 receptions for 96 yards. One leads the league in average yards per reception at 19.5. The other ranked 5th in the league in yards per catch among rookies at 15.6. Together, they became the first rookie tandem in team history to post at least 20 receptions and average at least 15 yards per catch. How about that? One is one of just only 4 players in team history to record at least 25 receptions and average at least 15 yards per reception in each of his first 2 seasons in the NFL. The other produced a rookie season that saw 13 of his 21 receptions marked as first down catches, with 12 of those credited as receptions of at least 15 yards. One played collegiately at South Florida, where he set the record for the longest touchdown catch in school history, a 95-yard score during his senior season. The other helped wake up the echoes in South Bend, and we'll be cheering for old Notre Dame in the upcoming college football playoffs. And together, they're part of an arsenal that has the Packers offense ranked 3rd in the NFL in total points scored and 4th in average yards per game, as Green Bay is poised to secure the NFC's top playoff seed. How about a Clubhouse Live virtual welcome for Green Bay Packers wide receivers? Number 83, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, and number 19, Equanimeous St. Brown. Here they come, everybody.
Yo.
There's some holly jolly music. I like it. Fellas, welcome to the big show.
Thank you.
Welcome, welcome. Good to see you guys.
What's up?
We appreciate you being here, but because this is Alan's show, he's the Lizard, Alan always asks the first question of the night.
All right. So it's going to be a little bit different this time. Usually I always ask people about the food and where they're from. So Marquez, since I know that you're a great cook and I've heard nothing but high praise about your food, I would like to know, if I were to come over, what's the first dish that you're going to make me? What's your go-to best dish?
So I don't really have a best dish. It's just whatever I'm in the mood to cook, I go out and cook it. I'm pretty talented. I can go out and cook whatever I feel like it. So it doesn't really. It just depends on what I'm in the mood for. So if you want to, come over and you got an idea or something, we can make it come to life.
Okay, a man of all trades. Like it. EQ. With your history and your bloodline, I would like to know, if I were to go over to Germany, what is one of the foods over there that you would recommend me try first?
I would recommend Bratwurst. Germany's big on meats, so I personally like Bratwurst, but there's a lot of different meats they like. Germany's really big on meats and beers, so any kind of meat would be
and
great.
What is that meat? Specify. I'm not eating a snake or a rat.
No. It's like honestly, I don't know exactly what's in it. It's a sausage. So.
All right, then I'm out.
You never want to know.
I'm out.
Trust me. I won't steer you wrong.
You usually don't want to know what's in sausage either. Nobody wants to see how they make the sausage. That's what everybody says. So, all right, this is going to be a fun show. Guys have interesting backgrounds and stories, but hey, can I call you MVS, Marquez, and Equanimeous? Can I call you EQ? Am I okay to do that?
That works for me.
Yes,
yeah, of course.
What about you?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, I'm in. I'm with the guys. You can just call me BC. Go ahead. That's fine. BC, MVS, EQ, the Lizard. We'll make it nice and easy for everybody. Ricardo, we don't care about. For EQ, you get the first question. Notre Dame, Alabama, national semifinal, college football playoff, New Year's Day. It's going to be a fun game. The Irish and the Crimson Tide. What's your prediction, and what's your bet with J.K. Scott?
Uh-oh.
I mean, of course, I'm gonna go with my guys. I'm always gonna ride with Notre Dame, so I don't have a bet yet, but I don't think JK is a betting man. But we'll see. I'll talk to him this week or before the game.
We've had JK on the show. Very mild-mannered, young, very, very quiet guy, very flexible as well. Why is there so much hate out there for Notre Dame football, EQ? I don't get it. Why does everybody hate the Irish?
I don't get it either. I don't know why everyone hates us. I think it used to be because we weren't in the conference and we played whoever we want, so people thought we had easy schedules. But this year we joined the ACC. We lost in the championship, but I really don't know why people hate on us. It's not like we were really good the past 10 years. I mean, we've always been decent, but we've never been the top one team. But maybe because our history, we used to be good, but I don't know why, honestly.
What do you say, Ricardo? They hate because they ain't. It's jealousy.
I think it's from all those years on NBC, kind of oversaturation a little bit.
I like it.
You always hate a successful team, so that's probably the reason why.
Yeah, maybe. No, that's a good thing nobody hates the Bears then, huh? Not much success down there in the Windy City. MVS, your turn. 52-0 in September, a loss. Your South Florida team to Notre Dame.
Oh.
What the heck happened, and what did you have to pay EQ? Because I'm sure you guys had a bet.
No, we actually didn't have a bet. I think that was one of our first games. We got a new coaching staff, so we just kind of trying to figure out everything. We lost a lot of players. Very young team. I think we had the second youngest team in college football with the amount of underclassmen that we had on our team. So I think it's just a growing process for the younger guys and new coaching staff, and obviously not having the proper off season to learn a new system and learn a new staff and learn what players are good at. So I think they're just kind of rebuilding and figuring out how to go out and be a successful football team.
There you go. Good answer. I thought maybe EQ made you wear his college football jersey or something during a day at the facility or something.
Nah, you know better. I'm big bro.
Lizard, your turn. Talk about these guys, EQ, MVS, what they bring to the room, and how have you all three, you're such young wide receivers, how have you all grown together with, I guess, being behind Devontae, being the elder statesman? I mean, he's young too.
Yeah, so I was kind of late to the party, I guess, joining the team, the end of the rookie year and everything. So these guys have kind of showed me the ropes, especially when I first got here, just to be able to lean on them both individually. But Marquez, I mean, obviously, you said leading the league in yards per catch. A very great stat, obviously. Shows you his big playability, how he can take the top off, which is huge for our room. Then EQ just getting him back this year and everything. I think it's huge. And what he's done for our room is being able to create more versatility and add another threat to the room. I think it was huge. But both guys have been obviously very, very important for our success this year. Been great working with them.
I'm going to ask all you guys this question. We'll start with MVS, go to EQ, and then Allen. Tell us something that would embarrass one of the other guys. Give us some dirt.
I don't really have any embarrassing things. We're pretty boring guys out here in Green Bay. We don't really do much. We all kind of just go home and play video games and kind of just chill out. Yeah, we don't really have any, super embarrassing stories with one another. We kind of just go to work, freeze our butts off in the cold, and come back in and thaw out.
Come on, EQ. You can't be that boring, right? There's got to be something embarrassing about MVS or Allen that you can share with everybody.
If there is, it's not coming to my mind right now, but I feel like embarrassing is relative. So it might be embarrassing to other people, but it might not be clicking in my mind as embarrassing. So like Fred said, it's kind of to the facility and back. It's COVID season, so not much to do out here.
Not much to do in Green Bay during COVID season, so I think they're all protecting themselves. They've each got each other's back. They're not going to embarrass themselves on we're international. We're all over the world. Countries are watching everywhere. So let's talk about this. Aaron Rodgers, he was on the Pat McAfee show, as always, last week. He was talking about swag. I'm sure you guys saw all about this. It was kind of a humorous segment where he said swag isn't necessarily about what you're wearing. He talked about backpacks and all that stuff and shoes. But he said instead it's a mentality, a mindset, and all about owning your inner essence. So among you three, Allen, I'm going to start with you. Who has the most swag among you three?
Easily.
Got to be me, right?
No doubt.
We're talking about
I knew Marquez.
appearance. They had exterior me.
We're talking about what?
Yeah.
Exterior, like clothes and stuff. You guys have that all day. I'm not, flashy with my clothes and stuff.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. It was. You were never thought in the competition.
Yeah, like you weren't even in the conversation.
Like Ernst said, it's not about backpacks and stuff.
You're involved in the elite category. So
Yeah, like you're kind of just like
I agree with 12. It's not about the clothes, the shoes, the backpacks, the hats.
you're more like one of those guys, like tie your shoes up perfectly, line them up, have your socks at the same length, that kind of guy. There's no really, I'm the guy that guys come to when they need to figure out, what to wear and how to wear it, and that's the Instagram they look at is mine.
I said that,
So-
yeah.
and I just make everything look good. It don't matter what I throw on. I'm gonna make that shit floss.
Apparently they all have some swag.
Yeah, apparently.
Tell you what, on Clubhouse Live, I'm definitely Swaggy B. That's what they call me, Swaggy B. I got the most swag of anybody in here.
Well, we call you a lot of things, Brett, but that's not the first one that comes to mind. But all right.
My wife, every time I come home, she goes, "There's Swaggy B." She loves me. That's how it works in my house.
Is that before or after you have the bowl of cereal at night?
It's usually after my bowl of Cheerios when I get
Just
home.
making
That's what
sure.
old people eat. All right, that's how it goes. So, Jair, Kevin, they were on our show last week. As I said, Allen's making me work. This is the third straight week with two guests, not just one. But they were talking about their trash-talking abilities when it comes to a cornerback yapping at a wide receiver. So, again, who talks the best trash in the wide receiver room? And what's the best line you've maybe said or heard out there on the field doing a little trash talking? Let's start with MVS.
I think.
Okay, go ahead, Allen.
I think I do. I mean, I'll let them give their 2 cents too, but I think I do the most trash talk, I would say, or at least the most barking, I would say, during the games. But I hear MVS every once in a while, especially the Eagles game. He had a lot more to say. He's a little bit quieter. EQ, I never really hear too much of, though. EQ is a lot more a silent assassin.
How about you, MVS? Is that true? Do you do a little chirping out there?
Nah, I think I'm top tier when it comes to trash talking. But I think it's just where I'm from. Just being from South Florida, that's just kind of how we operate. It's just something that is in our nature to trash talk, and it sucks because like people don't trash talk anymore. So just like half the time you're just talking to yourself, or you'll get like a D lineman who's like talking to you. I'm like, bro, I don't even care if you talk to me. Like, I'm never gonna see you. You're 300 pounds. Like, what are we gonna do? You're talking to me about what right now? So like, it's just like the DBs, they barely say anything anymore. So it's just like it's boring half the time.
Oh, that's no fun.
Wow.
What about you, EQ?
Yeah, I agree with Quez. Like, I haven't heard too much trash talking. I'm never like the first person to come out and talk shit to a DB. Like, I don't care about the DB really. Like, I'm trying to catch the ball, score, make plays, and then go on to the next play. So it's real quiet out there usually.
Let's do this. Let's talk about being on the field going against a cornerback, because I've asked these guys when they've been on the show, the corners, what they're looking at pre-snap as they're lining up, looking at the receiver. It's one-on-one, but how about opposite? What are you reading in a corner? It's one-on-one before the snap. Are you kind of looking at how he's lined up, maybe how the hips are, all that stuff? MVS, will start with you. How are you reading the corner you're going against and the defense before a snap?
We don't really get a lot of one-on-ones anymore. I know I've done at least. I mean, we lead the league in yards per catch. You get a lot of DBs who kind of just run from you. So it gets kind of boring trying to chase guys all the time. But obviously, when you read the defense, you look at, where the safeties are, where the corners are aligned to, and you think about the route that you have to run and where you have to go and how you're going to beat him against the leverage that he has. And, you have about, 4 to 5 seconds to make all that, come to life between, Aaron calling the play at the line of scrimmage and, you making it happen. So it's kind of one of those things that you got to do very quickly. And, that's why I just never understood why people, call athletes, just dumb jocks, because you have to be very intelligent to be able to do the things that we do at such a fast pace, make split-second decisions, and, I think it's a testament to all the athletes that can do that.
Good point. How about you, EQ? What are you doing out there in the field pre-snap? What are you reading? What are you seeing?
I'm usually looking at the safeties mainly. They give the best read for what kind of coverage you're about to get. Corners can do a better job disguising. So I also look at the corners, but usually safeties, then corners, and then try to get a man zone read and try to see what zone it is just to see if I have to adjust my route or if I keep it on.
It is amazing. Remember we had Aaron Rodgers on one time, Ricardo, and he was telling us what he sees pre-snap, and I think he went into a 15-minute explanation for something that happens in like 25 seconds. It's incredible what you guys have to do and how quickly you have to process information. Speaking of processing information, Ricardo, let's see if you can handle this.
Yeah.
You have some online questions.
Well, actually, I have 2 questions that are geared specifically to EQ and MVS. Listen, we have Iowa Joe's asking this first question. Was it annoying in school having to listen to teachers try to pronounce your name and butcher your name? How frustrating was that? And then this next one is for EQ. Your brothers' names are Osiris and Amon-Ra. I take it that those sound Egyptian, but I'll let him answer that. But where do the names come from, and what was it like to compete with your brothers?
All right, so MVS, answer that first question, right?
Yeah. How many times did they mess up your name?
Believe it or not, my name isn't that difficult to pronounce. I usually get, Marquez opposed to Marquez, and that's the most common thing. I've definitely had it butchered, some really bad ways before, and I, attest that to just people not being able to read or something. I'm not really sure, but when it comes to anything else, it's just I have no problem correcting it. But I don't think my name's that hard to pronounce. It's just kind of long, a lot of letters in there. But other than that, it's pretty simple.
Yeah. What about EQ on that one, though? How many times has that first name been butchered?
It gets butchered almost every time, so I'm used to it by now. But teachers usually just either I can hear pause. I know when it's coming up because you get the S last name. So sometimes they say St. Brown. Sometimes they give it a shot, and I just correct them or give them a nickname just to make it easy. But it doesn't bother me at all. I'm used to it by now. And then for my brothers, their names are Egyptian gods. So Osiris and Amon-Ra. Osiris is the god of the dead. Amon-Ra is the sun god in some terms. But competing with them when we were younger it was probably more entertaining for them. At a young age, the older brothers are usually always way more dominant. So it wasn't much of a challenge usually for me, but I I know it made them better growing up, competing against me. So it gave them a great advantage going against, their peers when they have to go against me their whole life.
One of his brothers at Stanford, the other at USC, wide receivers.
Yes.
So a lot of talent in the St. Brown family. Well, let me ask you this, EQ. Speaking about your father, John Brown, I don't know if folks realize this. Ricardo, a 2-time Mr. Universe and a 3-time Mr. World.
Wow.
And I encourage people to Google him because very impressive his career as a weightlifter. So, EQ, can he still outlift you in the weight room?
No.
That was it.
Yeah, no, he can't. No, he's elderly now. I don't know how old he is, but he's older. So, and
you know how old your dad is?
No, he doesn't tell anybody. Yeah, and I'm in my prime, damn near. So, yeah, he's not stronger than us anymore. He's pretty strong.
That's like when I asked Allen, his dad, a former defensive back, if he could cover him in his prime, and Allen right away, nope. These young guys are very confident. They give their fathers no credit for their athleticism whatsoever. Now let's go to MVS. Hey, Rosie, maybe you can put the pictures onto the screen. I want to talk about that 78-yarder against Jacksonville, Week 10. I want to know, and Rosie, if you can put it on there, the long touchdown photos. There's the official in the background there. You just see his derriere there. He got in the way. And I don't know if there's another one as MVS is racing to the end zone, 78 yards out. But I want to know, MVS, how often does a receiver use that official as an extra blocker, huh? Were you kind of looking at that official, eyeing him up?
Nah, honestly, I saw him, but, I didn't really care about what he was doing. He was just kind of just in the way. I wasn't thinking like, oh, yeah, I'm going to use this guy as, my defense mechanism. It was just more so reading where the defender was and making a cutoff of him. And then the refs just kind of tripped over a sprinkler out there or something. I'm not really sure what happened, how he went down so fast. But, it was just more so making the move on the defender. And he's got caught with a stray bullet hitting the crossfire or something. So
it's a great if you look up the clip. The poor official can't keep up at all, and he just got tangled up. But I always wondered, maybe there he is again, poor guy. If sometimes these players might kind of use the officials as a little bit in the playbook. So last thing, let's start with EQ. Davante Adams, a Pro Bowler, one of 7 of your teammates that named to the Pro Bowl today. He'll be an All-Pro as well, one of the best in the game. What have you learned most from Davante? And MVS the same thing, but let's start with EQ.
That's a big question. The most I've learned, the best thing I've learned from Davante, I would say is I'm nowhere near as good as he is with it, but I try to copy his releases. He's the best release game I've ever seen. So in my opinion, best release game and best complete wideout in the league. So I try to watch the releases and try to copy it to the best of my ability.
MVS, you've been around number 17 for a while. What have you picked up from him?
Yeah, I think over the 2.5 years that I've been around Davante, we've gotten extremely close. I think just his mindset is probably the biggest thing that you can just pick up on, because it's not like one of those number one receivers that you hear around the league who are just like prima donnas and they don't want to practice, or they complain about certain things or just crybabies or whatever. He has like the best mindset that I've ever seen for a number one receiver. He goes out, he practices every day, even if he's fighting through injuries or whatever. He finishes hard every single rep that he catches a football. So I think that's just, a testament to why he's such a great receiver, because he's great all the time. He's not just great on Sundays. So I think that's just the biggest thing that I picked up from him.
All right, good stuff. Excellent stuff. How about a virtual round of applause for the show we're having, one of our best of the season.
Yes.
Our Christmas show, our very Clubhouse Christmas show. But it is now time for the challenge flag, because it is time for tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge. Let's hear the music, Rosie. All right. Here we go, guys. We're going to play How Well Do You Know? Now, I wish we could be together. We would have like a physical challenge, but we're going to have to keep it to trivia tonight. It's a very popular game. It's a rapid-fire trivia contest. I'm going to ask you each a question, or all of you guys a question, same question. They each pertain to the same category. If you think you know the answer, raise your hand and yell ding. That's your bell. Normally we would have this bell that we would ring. Can't do that virtually, so you must yell ding and raise your hand. Alan knows all about the rules. By the way, Alan has won quite a few in a row now.
Yeah,
he's been red hot.
6 or 7 now.
What you're playing for, you each will have playing partners. I'll announce those in a second. But the winner tonight goes home with this Brett Favre legendary book. I thought that would look nice under the Christmas tree this year. So no pressure there, guys. By the way,
Brett, you're a contributing
I'm a
writer.
contributing writer. And also the runner-up tonight, 2 of them go home with the USA Today Network Wisconsin Frisbee. Huh? Play a little Frisbee out here in the wintertime. That cost us, what, 5 cents probably?
We got it free, I thought.
I think they were free.
Yeah.
We found them in the basement. So your playing partner tonight, Alan, you are hanging out with Shelly Stock Kirsten. So you can say hi to Shelly if you don't mind.
Merry Christmas, Shelly. Want to see if we get this dub?
All right. MVS, you are hanging out with Cindy Ann Fenton. Can you say hi to Cindy tonight?
What's up, Cindy? How are you today?
All right. They're all watching live right now on EQ. Daryl Chanley Jr. is your playing partner. Can you say hi to Daryl?
What's up, Daryl?
All right.
How you doing?
The pleasantries.
Three name.
Yeah, a
fans.
lot of three-name stuff tonight. So the category tonight, it's the holiday season, so a little Christmas potpourri, little this, little that about Christmas. It could be movies, songs, the holiday itself. That is the category tonight. So here we go, guys. Question number 1. Besides Rudolph, what are the names of Santa's 8 reindeer?
Ding.
Yes, Alan.
All 8 or just one? or
All
what?
8. All 8.
Oh,
Ooh,
goodness.
that's tough. Yeah, that's tough.
On Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer, on... no, that's 3.
5 more.
Are you out?
I'm out.
He's out. MVS EQ, do you know the names of Santa's 8 reindeer besides Rudolph?
Nah, I'm out. I have no idea.
Oh, for Pete's sakes. You guys are getting a penalty
let me
flag.
see. Let me-
It's in a
Yes,
song.
yes.
Let me think.
Okay.
Comet, Cupid,
Oh,
Dixon.
I'm gonna you guys
Nah,
are
I
out.
don't know. 8 of
Give him
them.
I wish we had a buzzer. I'm very disappointed in you guys. It's Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid,
Vixen.
Donder, or Blitzen. It's in the song, for heaven's sakes, that you sing as a kid.
Yeah, but no one actually know the words though. Like it's
right.
kind of just like mumble them. Like
All right.
0 points, Brett.
0-0-0. Question number 2. Who is known as a mean one? He's the mean one.
Ding.
Ooh.
Ooh, I don't know who answered first.
Let's go EQ.
EQ.
The Grinch.
Yes, Ricardo score.
1-0 EQ. Nothing for Allen. Nothing for MVS.
It was close,
we
but
get instant replay. I don't know.
it was close. It
Get
was
instant
close.
replay.
It was. He's the guest. He's the guest tonight. Question number 3. We have 5 questions to ask, and then a bonus question. Frosty the Snowman had 2 eyes made out of what?
Ding.
Oh, MVS.
MVS.
Buttons.
No.
No.
2 eyes made out of
Ding.
Alan.
Rocks? Pebbles?
No. EQ. You're last. Frosty the
Said
Snowman.
rocks and,
It's definitely buttons. I feel like I got robbed. It's definitely buttons.
No, he got buttons right here. He got buttons right here.
All
you
right.
got a
I got
carrot
button
right
eyes too.
I think
care
we're out.
knows.
Are you out? Are you out, EQ?
Pebbles. I don't know.
Pebbles.
Pebbles. That's
You
not
already
a
said
cereal.
rocks.
Fruity
I said
Pebbles.
I like Fruity Pebbles.
2 eyes made out of coal.
Coal.
Ricardo score.
That's rock. Coal's a rock.
Coal is not a
Coal is
rock.
not a rock. Coal is not
That's
a rock.
coal,
Not a
like
rock.
charcoal. Still 1-0
Okay, it's still
EQ.
EQ is still in the lead with 1. The rest have nothing.
This is a dismal how well do you know tonight. It's making me crabby.
No one's feeling very jolly.
In the famous Yuletide poem, "'Twas the night before Christmas," these were hung by the chimney with care.
Ding.
Yes, Alan.
Stockings?
Yes,
Yes,
Ricardo
all right.
score.
Okay, so EQ has 1, Allen has 1, MVS nothing.
Last one for the first round.
Alright.
Question number 5. The Christmas film, A Christmas Story, right? What does
boy.
Ralphie want for Christmas? He keeps begging for it.
Ding.
Yes, Alan.
Is it the BB gun?
Yes,
Yeah.
Ricardo score.
2 for Allen, 1 for EQ, 0 for MVS.
Also acceptable would have been a Red Ryder Carbine Action 200 shot range model air rifle. If you would have said that, you would have
Okay.
gotten 30 points. Okay.
Well, Brett,
bonus
is this
question.
Last point worth
It's worth 2 points. It still gives. Well, what's the score?
will actually be 3 points.
3 points.
So everyone has a chance to win.
Everybody has a chance to win. 3 points. Here we go. What is Scrooge's first name?
Oh God.
No, it is not God.
No.
Scrooge's first name. Does anybody know?
Scrooge?
Dasher,
last
Dancer, Vixen. Comet
Nope.
Cupid.
EQ, do you have a chance? Do you know this? Something Scrooge.
No, I don't.
I think we're gonna have to
Wait,
be
wait,
out. Yes.
MVS, do you know?
Nah, I mean, my guess would be Scrooge McDuck, but I don't know.
It is not. It
Go ahead,
is
Brett.
Ebenezer, Scrooge, from A Christmas Carol.
Ebenezer.
I guess,
Yeah, we
Alan,
never got that.
somehow you pulled it off again. You are tonight's How Well Do You Know champion.
It's gotta
Shelley,
be 2 months.
I'll
2
be-
months at least. He's won.
I'll be sending you that book, and Cindy and Daryl get the Frisbee. Very disappointed tonight in the guys. How well do you know? How well do you not know?
Yes.
I should have named this Christmas.
Let's just get
potpourri.
to the new year already.
Well, let's do this.
This is a
Let's do
scam.
some.
Right.
Let's do some video questions. We have 2 video questions for the guys, and they're both very similar. So Jody Ralston and Kevin Nett, we're going to play them back to back. Go ahead, Rosie.
Hi, my name is Jody. This question is for all of you. What are your Christmas traditions? And go Pack Go.
And we're gonna play
My-
Kevin's real quick too. I think we got one more to play, guys. Hold on. They're both very similar questions. Sorry. There's Kevin.
Hi guys, I'm just wondering, what is your favorite Christmas tradition, and are you going to be able to have it this year? Thanks.
There we go. Alan, you can start. Christmas traditions. What do you got?
My Christmas traditions, they kind of have been varied now since I've gone to college and not lived at home anymore. But growing up, we used to, I remember my mom used to stock the stockings full with candies and a bunch of like smaller things that I used to love opening up. And then I think the tradition was just like waking up early in the morning, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Usually by the time my sister got old enough, she was the one waking up the earliest, waking everyone up to open up presents. So that's probably the biggest memory I have from Christmas is her waking everyone else up when everyone's dead tired asleep, still from the night before, open up presents.
How about you, MVS? Christmas traditions?
Probably my biggest Christmas tradition growing up was we would always open up one present at midnight. So you get to pick one gift. Big or small, it didn't matter what it was, but it's only that one gift. So you had to make it count. And then opening up the rest of them up the following morning. But I think that was the biggest tradition. And like Alan said, really haven't had that happen since we go off to college because you're playing football all the way up until Christmas time if you go to a bowl game or whatnot. So haven't really spent a lot of Christmases with my family just because of how football is. But other than that, that was pretty much it for my tradition.
That's a good tradition. I like
Very
that
good.
one.
Yeah, they're all very good. How about you, EQ? Anything special growing up in your family?
Mine is we'd always open all the gifts the night before. So on Christmas Eve, we always open every gift the night before. We wouldn't wait till the morning. That's what we did.
Same here. That's what we did
You got
too.
an extra day to play with that loot, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And Kevin was wondering, Alan, Christmas is on Friday, but I'm guessing you guys are going to be a little bit busy, or does the team have anything special planned for you guys?
So we're actually very fortunate. Coach LaFleur is going to give us a day off.
Nice.
So we're kind of with the way the schedule is playing on Saturday, this past week, and then us playing Sunday night, kind of allowed that to happen. So we're starting our week off a day earlier than we have an off day on Friday. Most people can spend it with their families and loved ones that are in town to visit them.
Okay, very
That's
good.
Cool. Very nice.
Very good. Well, I'll say this, Ricardo, real quick, for having their video questions selected. Jody and Kevin win a signed photo of Allen Lazard. Again, you can solicit or send us video questions each week, and I always put the post out there on Facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. So, Jody and Kevin, those signed photos of Allen Lazard coming your way. Real quick before we wrap up, Rosie, let's get to a couple of our fans on here that have their ugly Christmas sweaters. We appreciate all of our fans. They've been so great with the virtual season this year. There's Jerry Laundry,
Jerry,
very long-time fan of the show. How about Randy and Jody? She's back. Ralston from Barron, Wisconsin. Jerry from Appleton, Wisconsin. There they are. How about our friend Vicky Vosters from Freedom, Wisconsin? There she is by her Christmas tree. And last but not least, Wendy Anderson Ragu, I think, from Urbandale, Iowa.
Urbandale.
We know about Urbandale, so there's a few of our fans chiming in and showing us their ugly Christmas sweaters.
Yeah, and we have to remind fans again, it's a family show, Brett.
Yes.
So please, with the ugly sweaters.
Next year, we'll be all together again, and we'll have the big ugly Christmas sweater contest. But now it is the segment
Here we go.
of all segments. It is time to see something cool from Allen Lazard's house.
So this was actually one of my birthday gifts that my best friend had given or gifted me. He's the Ryan Lillard. He's my other partner, I guess, with at the top that we founded this. So he gave me this bottle for my birthday.
Oh, nice.
Customized, Pinot Noir, which I thought was pretty cool. He's got me two of them, so I'm excited. I'm not sure when we want to open that yet, but it'll get popped hopefully here in the near soon.
How about after you win the Super Bowl, you can pop that cork and celebrate a little bit, huh? With MVS
I'll be popping
and
a lot of other
EQ.
things.
We'll be over too. We'll all celebrate together.
Yeah.
I know you got to want to hang out with me a little bit, right? We could have some fun. Sounds like a great night. As MVS and EQ have this dead stare in their faces, like, what's this guy talking about?
You're scaring them, Brett.
I am scaring them. Hey, how about a virtual round of applause for the guys? The Lizard, MVS, EQ tonight. Fun show, great show. We're wrapping up. It is time to go up north, Ricardo. If you are buying or selling real estate in Northeast Wisconsin, contact the licensed professional realtors at Mark Olenichik Realty. Call 920-432-1007 or visit olej.com. Big game, Sunday Night Football. Packers, Titans. Who you picking, Ricardo?
Brett, I've picked the Packers to win, and I'm a Bears fan the last 4 weeks. Not this week, my friend. I think Derrick Henry runs wild. He wants that 2,000 yards. He's going to get it against the Packers. It's going to be a close game. I see the Titans just being able to control the game with his running style.
Well, they were pretty angry with the booze, and then they just stopped.
Yeah, I know.
They just stopped. Well, Alan, guys, Alan knows all about this. The victory visor. I've been putting it on all year when I picked the Packers to win, and they've won. The only times that the Packers have lost is when we haven't had a show and I can't display the victory visor.
Not a coincidence.
It's going to be a great game. 35-31, Packers win it. It's going to be back and forth. Two of the league's top offenses going at it. So will two guys, very worthy, obviously, of MVP consideration, Aaron Rodgers and Derrick Henry. For the Packers defense, it's not a question, I guess, if you can stop him, just slow down Derrick Henry. He needs 321 yards from 2,000 rushing yards for the season. But if you can slow him down, prevent him from taking over the game, get him off the field, I think you're going to see Aaron Rodgers throw 3 touchdown passes, one to the Lizard, one to MVS, and the other to EQ. 3 touchdown passes coming up on Sunday Night Football. And I think the Packers' defense is going to have a few more sacks. And I think the running game, too, for the Packers is going to control the clock and control the pace. And maybe a big turnover at the end will prove key. So what do you guys think? You like the victory visor? 35-31. Packers are going to win Sunday night. Ricardo, Packers News app.
That's right, with exclusive commentary, insider analysis, and award-winning photos and videos from USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team. That Packers News app, your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers. This app is available for iPhone and Android users only.
Once again, thanks to our friends, Olenichik Realty. Mark Olenichik Realty would like to thank Northeast Wisconsin for 40 years of real estate success. Put their success to work for you. Call Mark Olenichik Realty at 920-432-1007. or visit olej.com. Mark Mayfield Sports Marketing, a leading Wisconsin sports marketing agency and speaker bureau. And, of course, Eric lives here, Mike Thiel, our guy for the intro and outro music. Tonight's keyword, Alan, we got another keyword for the signed Allen Lazard canvas print, 16 by 20. I don't know if, Rosie, you got the picture of the signed print. Otherwise, I can hold it up. Maybe I'll hold it up instead. I held it up in front of my face last time.
There we
go. Ricardo, show it off. Again, we will continue to display keywords through next week's show. So tonight and next week are the final keywords. And there is this week's keyword. It is hurdle. Hurdle in honor of our Olympic hurdler out there tonight. So we're almost ready to give that away.
Yeah.
Alan, you got the final word tonight, my friend.
MVS, EQ, first and foremost, thank you for coming on tonight. Always a pleasure. For everyone else out there, I'd like to say happy early Merry Christmas. Hopefully you're with the people that you love and care about, and be able to enjoy those moments, especially with the year that we're going through right now. And I'll see everyone Sunday night.
That sounds good. MVS,
thanks for having
we appreciate you. Thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. And EQ, thank you so much as well. Good luck to your Irish on New Year's Day.
My pleasure. Yeah.
All right. And Lizard, we're going to do this right for the Lizard, for MVS, for EQ, for Ricardo, and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin. I'm BC. Don't forget about that. I'm BC saying so long. Be back here next Monday night as we celebrate a big Packers victory over the Tennessee Titans with that guy. He is on the upper right of your screen. It is Green Bay Packers wide receiver, number 13, Allen, the Lizard, Lazard, and Santa Allen, Lizard Claus. Whoever you are, you take us away tonight. Let's see him. There he is.
Love it.